What is up, golf enthusiasts? Pat Perry with the Tour Junkies back again for another episode of the Fantasy Golf Sommelier. And we are in the desert this week in California for the AmericanExpress Championship. Excited to get started with the plays of the week. And you know what? We'll get to those here in a minute. First off, I know you're wondering, where is the robe? Where is the Fantasy Golf Sommelier's famous robe? Well, it's at the dry cleaners. Of course it is. That's where it should be right now. Sometimes it needs to take a week off. I got a new robe coming, by the way. I'm excited about that. But let me talk about what I'm drinking tonight, okay? Because we're not always going to talk about wine in the Fantasy Golf Sommelier. No. There's other drinks out there. There's more alcohol. There's more alcohol to be consumed other than just wine. So this week, we got a little brew. Yes, this is from our friends at Wild Leap. Let me get that in the camera properly. This thing is called the Birthday Month Brew, I guess. It is barrel aged in an ice cream stout is what it is. So we're going to open this up. Now, let me tell you a little bit. That went everywhere. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about why we're choosing the ice cream stout. Get that off my hand. Let me taste it first. Actually, I should say the birthday cake or the birthday month stout. For those of you that may not know, and you probably don't, my TJ partner, David Barnett, today is his wife's birthday. And so I've chosen the birthday month stout to try this on her behalf. It's thick, very syrupy, is what I would say. But it's good. I mean, it is good. It's got a good taste to it. Could probably only drink one, but that's okay, because sometimes you need a drink in moderation. I'm all about moderation. So sometimes you just want to have one drink, and that's when you're going to have a little birthday stout. But anyway, let's get into the plays of the week. And we're going to start with the $10 wine special. Yes, we're going to start with the guy that is priced like a Sutter home, but plays like a Camus. And that for me this week is Charlie Hoffman. Yeah, I know he's a little bit older. He's kind of a name that you haven't talked about or haven't heard in a while. But when you look at it, the guy has actually been in pretty good recent form. Bermuda grass, which we have this week, is one of his best surfaces to putt on. He's made 4 straight cuts, including a top 15 last week at the Sony Open. So look, that's pretty good. I like that. I like that form. And he's top 25 in the field in ball striking, opportunities gained. Okay, so that's a scoring stat. These guys are going to score a ton this week. I like that as well. Also, greens in regulation. So for me, Charlie Hoffman, when I'm going to rate him according to our wine scale of rating, okay, we can refer back to the wine scale. He is an 88 this week, okay? An 88 for Charlie Hoffman. All right, now, let me get another sip of my birthday stout. I don't know why it says 3 on the back. I'll have to figure that out from Wild Leap. Good friends at Wild Leap. I'll tell you what I'm tasting is a lot of vanilla. A lot of vanilla in there, like a vanilla ice cream, things like that. A lot of syrup. I may have mentioned that before. Anyway, let's go into the Boone's Farm fade of the week, and that is going to be Patrick Cantlay. I've talked about this on the show, okay, folks? Look, everybody loves some Patrick Cantlay. He's got a great name. I carry his name. It's a fantastic name. I love it. But he's also a guy that everybody wants to play. And he is looking like, excuse me, got an itch there. He is looking like he is going to be extremely high owned. And I don't like that for tournaments. Okay. So if you're playing your DFS tournaments this week, I don't like this Patrick Cantlay guy. I don't like him at all. He's looking like he's close to 30% owned. Okay. And you know what? Let's talk about models. I hate models. But if we're going to do a model, he doesn't really check all that many boxes for me when you're looking at these guys up here in the top half of the field. As a matter of fact, in the entire field, he's 62nd in my model. And you got to trust models sometimes, I think. And this one says that he's 81st in strokes gained approach. It says he's 139th in opportunities gained. That means he's not really scoring all that much, or he's not really converting all that much on his scoring opportunities. And he's not very good on Bermuda grass. So for me, Patrick Cantlay is a huge fade this week. And you know what? I hate to say it. I'm going to give him a rating of 74. 74 this week for Patrick Cantlay. All right, so before we get into the Pop the Cork play of the week, I am going to drink a little more stout. Now, also, I wouldn't mind if you would comment on this video and tell me what your favorite stout is, because I'm not a big stout drinker. As a matter of fact, this is probably the first one I've ever had, but I'd like to know what your favorite one is, and maybe if there's some good ones out there that I should try once I become a professional stout drinker, just like I'm a professional sommelier. So for the Pop the Cork play of the week, we're going to go with Paul Casey at 8,700. I can't even believe that I never even brought him up on the show. I thought about it. I wanted to, but sometimes we just can't get to everybody. But look, he was T21 here last year. The form has not been that great since he performed really well at the PGA Championship. But the guy is a fantastic ball striker. We know that. Great on strokes gained approach. He just has to get the putter rolling on these Bermuda grass greens, which I think Paul Casey can do this week. We're seeing him less than 10% projected ownership. I love that as well. Ownership is key, especially in your tournament lineups. We always talk about that. So that's something I'm certainly going to be looking at with Paul Casey. His rating for me is going to be a 92. 92 for Paul Casey. So there you go. There are the Fantasy Golf Sommelier's plays of the week. Appreciate you checking us out. I'm going to go drink a little more of my stout. It's probably going to put me to bed fairly soon. And I'll see you folks next week. Out!